Hi guys, um, welcome back to my channel. I know you're not used to like sit down videos. I've never done a sit down video actually. So today I decided to just sit down and talk. Unaonanga ile yenye unaambiwangwa mwache alie imtoke. You, so I thought of let me just talk to you and so that at least I can feel lighter. I know maybe I'll feel lighter because I think I need to share what I'm feeling, my current moods right now. Not really moods, I just share my heart and my feelings and be vulnerable. I'm not used to being this person. You've seen me, I'm always all over doing this stuff. Yeah, today is not one of those videos. Um, anyway, so I actually not the whole of last mid mid last month something happened where my boss was abducted, and then later on after 4 5 days he was found dead, tortured. And since then my heart has been heavy, honestly. um I'm even scared of as human beings, because if someone can just wake up and decide, I want to end your life, and not in a decent way, I want to end your life in the most shameful, painful, disrespectful way, and true to that he does that or she does that, yo. Anyway, so we laid him to rest yesterday, which was again another painful moment for us, definitely, and most even difficult for family. So I imagine I was talking to my colleague. We were sharing, and I was telling her like how it has this thing. It has hit everybody, and everybody is like really pained, really heartbroken, and we were imagining what the families are feeling, or what their siblings are going through, what the wife and kids are going through. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I actually how can a human being wake up and decide to do something so horrific? And not even him only. Lately there was that femicide. There's a lot of femicide going on. You saw the Isley family that was massacred, the mom and the two daughters. After that, there was another lady who was found dumped in a swamp. Kidogo kidogo, there's so many murders and killings going on, and I'm wondering why have we turned to be so evil? Why are we so we don't have hearts anymore? Like humanity has turned to be. I can see why people are preferring even to have animals. Like I can see why people love dogs. Animals are good, are great, because I mean at this rate, humanity has become something else. Like where did the kindness go? Where did the empathy, sympathy go? Yo, the other day there was a killing. A boyfriend stabbed the girlfriend, at Kahawa. Was it Kahawa West? And I'm left wondering every day, every single day, there are more than five, six killings. Like people decide just, we do not have decent deaths anymore. I'm wondering why, what is the government doing about it? And most of these killings, they don't, I mean deaths and killings. The victims rarely get justice. The victims rarely find justice, honestly, because the burial, some of the big politicians, they were speaking, giving examples with some of the senior citizens, senior people who were murdered, and there were, until today, justice has not been served. Or maybe some have and some have not. So I can imagine if those are senior people who definitely they've left a lot of, I mean, wealth. They have wealth. Their families, maybe they are doing well. They can, pursue a case. How about a mere citizen, a poor woman, a lady, a girl, a boy, a man, a youth somewhere in the village who is murdered, and we don't even see in the news? Like literally, my heart is so heavy. My heart is so heavy about this. Honestly, I just thought, let me just talk about it because I've been talking to my colleague, and I'm like, no, I think I'm not. It's like she's like my unpaid therapist. But I thought, you know what? Let me just talk to you guys. Like I think maybe we can share our thoughts. We can talk, and I mean, like our country is headed no in no good direction, because I remember yesterday, Mr. James Orengo was saying, it's like we are selling our souls, because if a country doesn't value a life, doesn't value a human being, that is a gone country. That is like literally a no country. We're not talking about properties. We're not talking about wealth. We're not talking about assets. We are talking about valuing human life. Human life, because I don't think we do that anymore. I don't think we do that anymore. It's like now we don't have a country, because if these killings go on and on and on with no justice served, there's no country to be proud of. There's nothing to be proud of. And sorry about the sighing and everything. It's because literally my heart has been hmm, heavy, really heavy. Do you know? It's not that we don't expect um, someone to die. We are bound to die. One day, one time, we are. But I'm praying for long life, because the Bible says, with long life, we will be satisfied. And I mean, God is not a liar. Living to his word, I will live a long life. And so I was saying, it's not that we don't expect people to die. We definitely do. But there are some deaths that are not supposed to happen. And I get even the preacher who was um, overseeing the mass yesterday was saying, because I mean, there's a time for everything in the book of, is it Psalms or Ecclesiastes? Ecclesiastics. There's a time for everything, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to harvest, a time to plant, a time to harvest. Definitely, you know that someone. But We were asking, okay, he was asked to tell us if it was the right time for him to die because you take someone, you abduct someone, you tie them, you do all those horrible things. You do all those horrible stuff, horrible, inhuman actions to that person. And then we tukuje tuseme, it was God's plan. I don't know. I'm struggling to get if it was God's plan for him to die the way he died. That was undeserved. No one deserves that. Okay, in everything we are told to give thanks. But even the family was saying, how do we say rest in peace when when you went through all that you went through? How do you rest in peace? It's really traumatizing. It's really difficult. But you know what? Yesterday I saw people celebrating his lived life. Even a friend of mine, I was talking to a friend of mine, akaniambia ati he lived our boss. He lived both future and now. He lived both present and now because he lived life to the fullest. So people yesterday chose to celebrate him and not give airtime to the evildoers and the murderers, but it's still heavy. You see, it's still heavy, but we choose to celebrate people. We choose to remember them with what they did. He was a good boss. He was not only a boss, it was like someone you could talk to, someone you could approach. I remember during COVID, there was laying off going around. There was some laying off happening in the company, and I was part of the people who were laid off. And I remember I was told to travel to Nairobi and go see our now uh, departed HR, head of HR, group human resource manager, director, not even a manager, director. So I was told I was called to the office to go and see him. So, I called him through the extension. I called his extension to confirm where am I being summoned to your office. And I mean, I haven't done anything. By that time, I had not known like there's laying off, or I was in the list of those people who were going to be laid off. So I talked to my manager and he said he doesn't know, he have no idea. He has no, sorry, he has no idea what is happening. I called my area manager. He said, I just go and see the boss. So I'd say, you know what, I'm not traveling all the way to Nairobi and I'm in the darkness. I don't know what is happening. So, um, I called him through, when I say him, my boss now, Mr. Ayeko. I called him through the extension and he couldn't pick the extension. I was told he was busy. So kumbe he was busy. In the office, definitely there was a lot going on that time. So I did call him on the cell phone. He didn't pick. I texted. He replied later on in the evening saying, "Don't don't worry, just travel and we'll see you in the morning. We'll talk about it in my office." So he didn't want me to, he didn't tell me what it was, but he told me, you know what, just travel, come see me in the morning at 8 a.m. We'll talk about everything in my office. And I went. He sat me down. He offered water, he even offered some water. And he started talking to me. are you settling in where I am now? How am I settling in? How is everything? How is life? Where do I live? Like he was trying to make me feel comfortable. And then he told me, you know what is happening. There's some not is it retrenching? Yeah, the COVID thing, whatever happened during COVID, so many people are laid off and blah 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 blah. So he explained everything and given me he gave me a letter. He told me to read it, take my time to read it and go through everything. And if there's anything to be clarified, he's there. And I did that. I went through my letter of it's not retrenchment, re something where you are laid off and your position is not filled. Oops, sorry. That's true. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, so I was given a letter. I signed the letter and went my way. I went, got a march to Tao because our offices are at South Sea, HQ South Sea. So I got a march from South Sea, and on my way to town, I knew I'm jobless. I was waiting for my dues, and I thought, now what am I going to do? Because now I don't have a job. You know, so many things were running through my mind. I was even thinking of, I think I need a vacation, go somewhere on the beach and sit and think about my life, figure out what to do next. And um, before we go to town, actually at the Nyayo roundabout, I got a call from a GM, general manager, and he asked, "Hi Zaki, how are you? Has Mr. Ayeko called you?" And then I said, "No, he hasn't." He hung up. He told me he's calling you back. He's calling you right now. So he hung up immediately. Mr. Ayeko calls and he asked me, "Jacqueline, where are you?" I'm in a matatu on my way home because I'm jobless. Definitely didn't say that. I'm in a I'm in a matatu going to town. Where are you exactly? I told him I'm at Nyayo roundabout. He said, just alight there and come back. And again, he said, come back, I will explain. He didn't like boom, throw everything to me. He said, come back, I will explain. So nikambia konda, yo, nimeitwa tena, maybe nataka kurudisha your job. ah, anyway, so I went back. There was some miscommunication. I was not supposed to be on the list because apparently my station, it was still going to be operational even after COVID. And because it was a sensitive position, it couldn't be filled because otherwise I could have sued them for illegal termination or something. So I went back. He told me, you know what, you're a very lucky girl. There was some miscommunication, but I've talked to your boss up country, and you needed to report to work next week on Monday. It was on a Saturday, so I was told, so you have to travel back and go report to work on Monday. You're a very lucky girl. So he took my letter, termination letter, he tore it, and I was like, wow, just like that, I have my job back again. So you see, during the whole process, like I was interacting with him, definitely not only that time. Before I transferred from Nairobi, we used to interact, and he was a very jovial person, full of life. Like he could pass by and in our office and say, "How are you, ladies? Good morning." Like very vibrant in the morning when we're not feeling this job. He comes and lights up the room, or rather, anachangamsha. So so my colleague was telling me, I think we should remember him with those good moments and try and forget all these horrible things that happened. We celebrate his life and we remember all those good stuff. He was a good boss. He was a really good boss. Yes. I was not reporting to him direct, but he was our head of HR. But I'm saying, like, it hit me. I've had, I've had, I've had a close interaction with him. So, and that's why it hit us so hard. Definitely all of us, the company, everybody. But his life was cut short, and we just celebrate all the years he was with us, and we knew him, and he got to be our boss. And yeah, anyway, what I'm saying is, let us be kind to one another. Let us be kind to each other. Let us stop killing and stop envying. If it's envy, it's jealous. Let us just pray to God to help us be human beings again, to be who He created us to be. Sorry, I know He didn't create us to just take one another's life. He didn't create us to just car and then we feel you. I don't feel you anymore. Boom, you're out. No, yeah. Let us spread love. Let us spread kindness. Yeah, let us love each other. Let us love ourselves. Let us love each other in a way that God wants us to do. Because if anything, this has taught me really. He was loved. He was a man of the people. Literally, he was a man of the people because the crowd that was there and everything, the process, everything that has happened since his abduction and until yesterday and still going on, it shows that he was one of a kind. Yeah, he was one of a kind. So my heart goes to the family. My heart goes out to the family, um, and friends, and definitely colleagues. I'll say it will be well. It shall be well. But let us spread kindness. Let us spread love. Let us spread. Let us love one another. Let us be kind to one another. Let us be decent human beings. Yeah. Anyway, enough of the rant. Thank you for being my unpaid therapist. And I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, the video I was to post before, the video that I was to post today, I decided, you know what, this is too much lifing, and I don't feel I don't feel it in my heart to post this video right now. Whatever I'm feeling right now, it should come out immediately. Otherwise, I don't know. So I'd say I'm not posting that. Well edited, blah 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 blah. No, nikasema nope, not this. Instead, let me just do a sit down, unedited, and post it as it is, raw and unedited. Post as vulnerable as I sound, as low as I sound. I said I'm posting it. So um, until next time, please be kind to yourself. Be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to one another. Love yourself and love one another. Yeah, because tomorrow is not promised. Toodles. See you.